Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and from the Grand Egyptian Museum, we bring you this very exclusive episode of Nile Cruise. Dear viewers, the Grand Egyptian Museum has previously announced that it will start hosting some special events and activities and receive limited group visits in some sections and areas inside the museum as part of the soft opening and the test run. And within a series of concerts and cultural and artistic events before the official opening of the museum, the international Egyptian soprano Fatma Saeed, accompanied by Maestro Nader Abbasi, dear viewers, started the first international public concert to be held on the grounds of the Grand Egyptian Museum in the Pyramids area. And to shed more light on the important and most important events that took place in the experimental opening, the last of which was the concert of the international soprano Fatma Saeed and Nader Abbasi. We're honored, dear viewers, to host our very distinguished guest, Mrs. Menna Taher. A very good day, and it's a pleasure to have you with us, Menna, in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Menna, would you tell us more about the approach of the Grand Egyptian Museum in supporting cultural heritage and shedding light on cultural activities and various artistic events?
Okay, the Grand Egyptian Museum is considered as the largest museum or largest culture institution in the world. Includes different ideas, different events, different approaches in this museum. It will provide different or unique experience like educational, cultural and entertainment experience to provide a unique experience for the visitors, the future visitors in the official opening. Also, it's like a link between the past and the present and the future also, through showing our civilization or ancient Egyptian civilization by their or its objects or artifacts. And also we have many ideas and activities inside the museum to have a different experience or a unique also experience for the visitor, also especially for the new generation. We have many activities will be meet their expectation to have their belongs in our museum and to have their awareness or raising their awareness about our civilization. And also we have made a different thing like this museum. We have displays the past and also the present. Now we're building a huge or mega project in Egypt. It will be like a gift for all the world, the gift of Egypt for all the world also. And also we have different activity and events here inside, especially for children, which are the main audience we are targeted. We are targeting.
You're targeting the audience. You're targeting. Okay, Menna, tell us more about the activities related to children, because this is a very important topic that we are all working on. Because of course, the children today are our future tomorrow.
Yes. Also, Grand Egyptian Museum have a children museum and also educational
have a children museum. That's wonderful.
Yes, and also have educational department for the children and youth, and also every ages. And also we have many target audience according to the interest of people themselves, like disabled people, and also we have yes, and researcher. We have many activities plans for all the audience.
Menna, the Grand Egyptian Museum consolidates its role as a platform that combines history, heritage, arts, and entertainment. How does this contribute to the promotion of cultural tourism in Egypt?
Okay, cultural tourism in Egypt is very important element. We have or the main source of our income in Egypt. So we have to focus and make a different or promote our culture or our cultural tourism inside Egypt. Also we have here in GEM, our Grand Egyptian Museum, many different ideas like the activities and also events. And also we have something especially here for the King Ramses II. We have the same idea of its temple in Luxor in Ramsium. The sun cover all the face of the King Ramses II two times yearly, or yes, in February and in October.
Menna, tell us more about the most important events that the GEM has already hosted.
Okay, in framework of in the GEM or GEM authority and the operation, we have a scheduled plan for many or special events will be hosted, and also we already hosted some of them during December, last December, and January and February, current this February. So we have many of these events according to a plan or a studied plan. Like Soprano Fatma Saeed, it was the most famous event happened in the Grand Egyptian Museum, and it was an amazing day. Yes, and also we have more than 2,000 people inside the Grand Egyptian Museum for the first time. We have this huge amount of people.
That was the day of her concert, or there were 2,000 people?
Yes.
And it was in this area over there?
Is this at the atrium or the main entrance here?
The main entrance. So how many people does the main entrance, the capacity of audience that
more than 2,000.
More than 2,000 is possible.
Yeah. But for this concert was 2,000 people inside.
That's amazing. Yes. Okay. Moving on to another side of our questions, Menna, how many laboratories does the Restoration Center have here at the GEM?
Okay, let's say first thing or first stage of the Grand Egyptian Museum was the Conservation Center. It's a huge building. It's about 32,000 square meters. It has about more than 17 labs. 7 main labs divided into the material or archaeological material like wood lab, inorganic material, inorganic lab, stone lab, and so on. So we have every lab has a special temperature and humidity to save or to be adapted with the artifacts, the material of the artifacts. Also we have more than 10 scientific labs to make the first plan. When we receive a new collection or new objects, you have to have many processes to pass through before you can enter the main lab of the object.
More about the restoration side of the GEM. What piece took the most time and effort to restore?
We have many collection here in Grand Egyptian Museum, and we have.
Do you know around how many pieces you have here of artifacts?
More than 50,000 artifacts.
Oh my God!
Here, yes, and already done their restoration, and we have every object has its. It's a special case. What time it will spend in it, and which material we will use. And every object has its plan or condition plan of working.
Which piece took the most time?
I think effort? The collection of the King Tutankhamun. It's the most difficult one because some of the pieces were destroyed or buried. Like we have organic object in this collection, and it was bad. It was in bad condition. But our colleague here in Conservation Center do their best. Yes, it changes the case from nothing. Actually, it was nothing. It's burned. Then we have a complete thing like collier or accessories of the King Tutankhamun. We have a textile necklace. Yes, it also have organic material. It was in bad condition, but now it's a complete. Yes, it's complete object. You can see it and you can discover what behind this object.
Okay, to which level of skills are those that restore these artifacts or objects or of professionals?
Here, all of our colleagues here is conservators. Graduated from Faculty of Archaeology, Restoration Department, So they had
They do have very high skills.
yes, and also they had trained by outside in many different countries.
They were trained abroad.
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes, and
also what are the countries that train Egyptians, which are of course
different countries, which has a scholarship about conservation in different material. It's or according to material.
Country?
No, different country, not one country.
Yes. Do you know anyone?
I think Italy, Japan.
Japan, okay. What are the challenges that have met the restoration or the restorers during their work?
I think every object has its challenge, because we have a condition report before and during and after the transportation of this object or receiving the object in the Grand Egyptian Museum. For example, when I receive a collection or object from Cairo Egyptian Museum, I have to, our colleague here in Conservation Center, go to the Grand Egyptian, to the Cairo Egyptian Museum and make a condition plan or condition check for the object to know the weakness point and strength points of the artifact, and then they had made after the first aid of the artifacts in the Cairo Egyptian Museum, for example, we have prepared the packing and unpacking process. Then we use a special car or vehicle to avoiding any vibration to avoid to affect on the artifacts. Then our colleague in the conservation center has it's their own plan for starting work on the artifacts, and then they start. For example, the collection of the King Tutankhamun, by the way, we have his bed. It's a unique piece. It takes, I think, more than 6 months to remove the wax, which is Howard Carter when he discovered the tomb of the King Tutankhamun in 1922. He covered all the collection with wax, and our colleague here, they suffer from this point, because in the past it was the best of conservation, but nowadays it's not the effective one. So every piece has its challenge, because according to its condition. It's in good condition or it's in a bad condition.
And finally, Menna, of course, your title here is the International Relations Coordination at the Grand Egyptian Museum. Of course, as the relations coordinator, there are loads of challenges that you meet every day. Could you tell us more about your task and your job in details, and tell us about challenges that...
Okay, firstly, yes, coordinate with the international and national media.
Us?
Yeah, sure. To have a perfect image of the Grand Egyptian Museum. Also, we have a VIP visit, as we announced before, I think 2 months ago. We have a VIP visit and limited visit here, and coordinate some of events here, and also we have deal with the social media to have to inform the public about the Grand Egyptian Museum and its updated details, because they have a passion about the Grand Egyptian Museum, so you have to be in contact with them. Also, we have many tasks now. It's not activated, but we after the opening, our duty will be activated more. That's all.
The challenges.
Yes. Now our challenge. The passion of public. We need to visit what is the new. We need any details about the Grand Egyptian Museum, but we have already informed them, but they never accept this point, because they need to be more and more involved in the museum.
Menna Taher, International Relations Coordinator at the Grand Egyptian Museum. We thank you so much for joining us in today's episode.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your informative knowledge. It was our utmost pleasure.
Thank you.
Viewers, this was this segment of Nile Cruise from the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum. Stay tuned. We'll be back.